talking about steps forward, because it's the first time we've actually, had the chance to talk a bit more in depth. Congratulations on your deals, on your endorsements. That's a step forward.
Yeah.
Some of them happened earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
So could you tell us about the gear you're using and the setup today?
Absolutely. So my longest big endorsement is with Meinl. And it's Meinl that I have the closest relationship with. They have played a very big part in getting me here today. And that's where we met also, the Meinl Festival and all of that, right? So Meinl is absolutely the biggest for me. I've been officially with Meinl since 2016. So that's been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
After that, Tama since 2019. Evans, and initially Evans and ProMark around that same time, 2020-ish. But recently, this is new, is I switched from ProMark and I now play Meinl stick and brush, so Meinl sticks.
We wrote about that, so
yes,
just
this
so you know.
New. This was this year. So this is new and exciting.
Okay, so the setup today.
Yeah, it's all of these brands, as mentioned, and I've always loved experimenting with setups. So my setups in previous festivals and clinics and videos and everything, they are a little bit different each time. They change over time. Haven't really found maybe my perfect setup yet, but now I love playing with like one rack tom and two floor toms. That's something I really enjoy. And like I said, I've been very inspired with Meshuggah and Thomas Hockey recently. So I've taken a little bit of his type of setup where you have like a stack cymbal right in front of you and an extra pair of hi-hats. I never really played with two hi-hats, one that is permanently open. But I tried that setup a couple of months ago, and with the stack and everything, it felt really good. So that's what I've been practicing on, and that's what I'm playing today as well. So it's a little bit of a different setup, like cymbal-wise, but one rack tom, two floor toms, and all of these different things. And probably my favorite cymbal that goes with me everywhere is the Benny Greb little crasher hats, little 8-inch hi-hat, right next to the main hi-hat. That's consistent. No matter what else I change with my setup, I always have that. It's become like a permanent part of my kit.
Even if you do metal?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love that little effect sound. It's so much fun. And the contrast, because I always play very big hi-hats. So the main hi-hat is 16 inches. Most of the time I play Meinl extra dry 16. So you have the 16 and you have the little 8 right next to it. It's a very cool contrast.
Yeah. So what kind of skins do you like to put on the drums?
It's different. It depends on the setup. Usually when I do clinics and stuff like that, I tend to go with clear heads. So Evans G2s. I like to always 2-ply. I'm not really a 1-ply guy. So always 2-ply heads, G2 clear, and then G1 clear underneath. That's like my standard setup. I've tried all kinds of different versions, all these different heads with inbuilt muffling and like Evans EC2s and the frosted heads, all these different things. But I always come back to like a classic 2-ply over 1-ply. And then like for example now at home I play on this Thomas Star Classic kit that's a bit bigger. So like 13, 16, 18, 24. On that I really like coated heads. So like Evans UV2s are my favorites for that. But for clinics and festivals and that kind of thing, those sizes are a bit unusual. So usually a backline kit is not like 13, 16, 18, 20. It's usually like here, Thomas Star Classic, like 12, 14, 16, 22. And for those standard sizes and for this type of performance, I almost always use clear heads. So it depends, but yeah.
What about the cymbals and the sizes and models and things? Yeah.
Generally, I like a little bit bigger cymbals. I'm not much for like 16-inch, crashes and like 14 hi-hats and like that, and 20 ride. Always 22 ride, or sometimes even 24. Crashes like 18 and up. Now I have a 19 and 20 crash and 16 hi-hat, 22 ride, 18 China, and the extra hi-hats are 15, and then the stack is like 18, 16.
Okay.
And the little mini hi-hat. that's the exception.
Okay.
Yeah. But usually bigger is better for me.
Okay. So you like a lot of whoosh and swish.
Yeah, I really like
and the sustain.
I like the Byzance, the Meinl Byzance cymbals in general, but I was going to say I usually have used like the drier ones, but actually in recent years I've started mixing it up more. I used to like almost only play like the extra dries, very short sustain, but still a big cymbal, so it has a lot of give. But now I use like a polyphonic crash, for example, which is a very like, you know, standard, like typical sounding crash cymbal. I have that 20-inch on my right, and you know, a little bit more like normal cymbals into the mix. But I like big cymbals, I like thin cymbals. I want them to have a little bit of give, like a little bit of flex under the stick, and that wash is yeah, it's really nice.